Hello. I just hit the button on YouTube first, which I don't normally do that. But let's get into it. Let me get my jacket. I'm coming. I'm coming. Sorry about that. I'm coming. Alright, I'm gonna have to crop that out. I'm gonna have to crop that out the video. Hello. How y'all feeling today? It's kind of chilly up in here. Whew. How y'all feeling today? I am gonna just be. I help people in the areas of mind, body, and soul along their wellness journey. Yesterday I came live for a little bit, and I really wasn't on purpose trying to come live because I don't normally do the Sunday thing. However, hey, what you doing over there? It's being so you're on my YouTube channel. That's pretty cool. Hi there. I'm emailing you right now. Oh, for the survey for the trip to Sedona. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we're going to Sedona. Y'all gotta check in. Y'all gotta make sure y'all check it on the website. At the beginning of the year, and normally around August or September, I do a little retreat to Sedona, and we go hiking and bike riding and meditating and doing mindfulness and just getting away and being amongst the mountains or elevated frequency. One of my latest TikToks, excuse me, one of my latest TikToks, I was talking and I was walking around just to get a little peek of what Sedona looked like with the red rocks and stuff, the rich soil and different things like that. It's such a good energy. And in my opinion, I look at the biblical text as an allegory text. If I was to say that, if I was like a still religious, I'd say, oh, this gotta be the place. This gotta be the mountain right here where Jesus and the disciples was at. The disciples was going to sleep right down there while Jesus was at the top because of the energy of it, because of the high frequency, because of the fact that when you're in that type of environment, your thoughts are so pure. It's almost like, how we be talking about increasing your frequency in the physical reality. It's almost like being at a peak or elevated on a mountain with the sun shining you, but you're at the peak, but yet you're still touching the earth and you're still grounded and the sun is shining on you, and it's such rich soil and you amongst the air and everything it just feel perfect. It just feel perfect. You don't be thinking about none of the kind of physical reality things when you're out there. Every nature just look at you. You see some weird looking things. Like I seen some piggy looking families out there. Little black pigs. I don't know what they call them. Well, my family know the name of them, but I always forget. It's not a pig, but it's a little fat piggy looking thing with family. And they be walking around. But the thing about all of the rabbits and the little piglet thingies, whatever they are, and the coyotes and things like that. And the beautiful birds. Oh my God, I love the birds. The thing about all of the nature out there is that when they see you, they just gracefully turn around and look at you like, "Good morning, how are you?" It is the coolest thing, man. It's so cool. Sedona is where it's at. Y'all sleeping on Sedona. Anyway, hey Rita. How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling? Well, yesterday for my day ones that are in my YouTube group and my that receive my newsletters. Yesterday when I came on, I was talking about the energy that was present yesterday. Yesterday was really, really major energetically. I'm hopeful that you didn't sleep on it. I'm hopeful that you caught my message. But nonetheless, I wanted to talk to y'all today about after the ascension. Then what? So the title of this video is going to be What's Next? And so I wanted to explain this to you for your universe, because it is with my knowing that we all have a universe within and without. I have a universe over here that pretty much I govern, and you have yours over there that you govern, like, right? And we're just a bunch of universes just coming together, like, right? And so I want to share with you because I know it is with my knowing that us all, we We go through many ascensions in our journey. And all of our ascensions, the effects of them, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Excuse me. The effects of them, they all are going to be different based upon where we're all in our journey. So it's like, what's next after the ascension? There shall be many major ascensions in your life. And when I say ascension to you, well, I'm not talking about dying here. I'm not talking about leaving physical reality. I'm talking about your dormant DNA being activated. Does anybody understand what I'm saying? It is. Does anybody know what ascension is? Does anybody not know what ascension is? Speak now, forever hold your peace. I'm gonna wait for it. Anybody? I feel amazing. Rita says, Blue Diamond, Miss P and Soul. Hey, Ty T. How you doing? Hey, Miss Grateful. There you go. You over there. You over there. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the likes. Yes, you know Cuba Chef? You know. Okay, Cuba Chef, no, I don't know. Okay, Blue Diamond doesn't know. Okay, so let me break it down. Hey, Mike, let me break this here down. Could I get some thumbs up on YouTube over there, please? Could I get some thumbs up, some likes on these screens, just some shares? Where the people at? Where the people at? Now I did that little TikTok shop thingy. Maybe they ain't sending nobody over here because I ain't giving them the money right now. I don't know what's going on, but they got a little bit of people up in here, and I normally have more than that. So nonetheless, I'm about to break it down. Yeah, I'm about to break it down. Hey, the cute accountant. Where the people at? Oh, that TikTok shop. I don't know if I'm gonna do that again. Let me turn on the lights a little bit later. Okay. So okay, let's say you're a human, like, right? You're human and you're like dumbed down to your brain potential. Like you're only experiencing. I'm not being ugly, rude to you about your brain or nothing. I ain't trying to say you're retarded or nothing, right? I'm just telling you how you decided to come and participate in the matrix. So when you come forward from all knowing, infinite intelligence, the darkness that was on the face of the deep, that represents 100% of your brain capacity. You all knowing, you're everything. You understand at that state of being that you're everything, but yet no thing, right? Because remember how I told you, God operates the totality of God is all, no thing, but yet everything. Darkness and the light, like, right? And so when you were vibrating, we were vibrating at the darkness that was on the face of the deep as our energetic state of being before we picked up the body, before we picked up, a color, an avatar, and our trauma and all of this. We were pure positive, just energy, just vibrating, right? Energy, frequency, and vibration, just atoms. That's why I tell you, if you want to understand the totality of who you are, you got to understand energy, frequency, and vibration. Because that's all this really is. And so you want to personalize your experience. You pick up you from spirit, and you go ahead and pick up, a little soul. You have a body with a soul, because a soul is your expression of your life experiences, right? Things that you've been through, information that you've gathered and collected about yourself, and you want to experience yourself, right? You pick all of these things or choose all of these different things, and your trauma is simply because everything was spirit. Everything stemmed from God. God breathed breath into man, and man became living, So that source is our spirit. So we want to personalize ourselves and come forward. And when we come forward, prior to coming forward, we understand, we know, like, hey, I'm going to go forward and I'm going to experience the totality of who I am, what I am, And when I do that, everything is going to be me. I'm not going to know that it's all me, because it's going to be different expressions of me. And I'm also not going to know all that I know right now, because if I know all that I know right now, I won't have a thrilling experience. But there are going to be certain moments in my journey when the sun is in certain positions, the moon, the earth, and all these different things outside of me, when they're going to be in certain positions, is going to equal me inside of me opening or unraveling parts of my dormant DNA. So you kind of like raveled yourself together, so to speak, and only express maybe good 5 to 10% of your brain capacity upon entering into this here particular realm, like, right? Because, like, why would the game be fun if you knew? You know what I'm saying? If you knew your superpowers. You had to make, oh my goodness, what happened? What did I say? They gave me a warning. I don't know what the heck I said though. Anyway, why would the game be fun if you knew everything? So you kind of like dumb down from your 100% of brain capacity in certain seasons, certain codings that you gave yourself, just like you set your own alarm clock for you to become conscious. Certain things that would happen, whether it will be like yesterday's the portal that was opened up on yesterday, that awakens you. Now this is something that happens that you sometimes have no idea about, because you have these energies that's assisting you on your journey to unravel your dormant DNA. Sometimes you have no idea that this is happening, but your life at certain, it's like certain, I'm gonna say stop signs, like on your journey. I'm gonna just say stop signs. At certain stop signs you get to, your life is not the same no more as you continue to travel on. But then there's some major ones, like right, major ascensions that you do know about. And you chose them. These like a major ones you chose, kind of like just in case you felt like you were gonna be a little hard head, like right, and not pick up on the idea or not feel the idea of your ascension, from the regular things that's happening in the world. So the major ones could be like when you decide maybe to take some type of pharmaceutical drug, whatever, and you go on a little trip there. When you decide to, I say for the lack of wanting to be blocked on TikTok, you decide to smoke the smokes, the reefer, we'll call it the reefers, or you decide to do certain mushrooms that do certain things, not the regular portobello mushrooms, the other kind of mushrooms. Or maybe you would just sleep and something really, really a nightmare kind of like happened to you, or you saw maybe a dead person and they told you something and it felt so real. Or you may have had a near-death experience. Maybe you were meditating, maybe you got into a car accident. All of these seemingly life-threatening experiences, you never the same afterwards, and they open up portals for you to ascend to another elevated state of being in your mind. It opened up your mind is really what it did. It got you out of that box. It allowed you to think another thought. Here in the inner being church, that's the whole purpose of me speaking to you all, right? Our mission here is to kind of like open up the depths of that blockage that you have, right? The illusion that you have, those beliefs that aren't serving you well, right? And so when you open up your mind to the idea of something greater, now you're no longer at 10% of brain capacity that you came forth as, as a child. Now maybe you'd have moved up to like 15, you moved up to like 20. And really the thing that's happening is you are remembering, you going back to source, you going back to that all-knowing infinite intelligence, but you're doing it while in this body. When you get totally to the 100%, that really is pretty much, I don't want to say totally, because you could really be at the 30 kind of like percentile, and I'm just throwing out a number. You could kind of like be at a 30 percentile and plus. But once you start evolving past the little 10%, the little sheep frequency, we call this an ascension, because you have more knowledge, you have more power, you have more of a sound mind. You are tapped into more of knowing. And so now your gifts and your purpose has been identified. You are actually on a journey of becoming the Christ conscious one in human form. You are now using more esoteric knowledge than that exoteric, where you believe in all of this here crazy stuff out there, like somebody out there gonna come and serve or save you. You realize now that you are a sovereign being. You're growing to become more sovereign, divine. And so you will always, whether or not we talk about meditation practices or whatever, you're going to get, like just with meditation, you get deeper and deeper. There are different levels of meditation. So along all of these levels, these are ascensions that's happening to you. And you set it up this way because you want to evolve and go back to source. You didn't want to come and kind of like get stuck in a avatar body, experiencing God and not knowing your way back home. So you set it up where you shall be the prodigal son, so to speak. You go out, you experience God, you learn the game of life, but yet you always make it back home to the source, to all knowing, to infinite intelligence. You cannot ever get it wrong because that's the way that you set it up. So yesterday, for example, we had an ascension that you orchestrated before the beginning of time. You orchestrated it in your kingdom as well as I did. Now, me, you, and others, we felt it differently based upon where we are in our box, based upon where we are on our journey. So we're going to feel things differently because my expansion, my knowing, let's say, for example, and I don't want to be braggadocious. Let's say, for example, I am, let's say I'm at about 70% of brain capacity. Just throwing a number out there. It don't mean anything. And you all listening, you are all at maybe 30%. My quickening and my awakening based upon what's going on universally, being in alignment with the energies and the portal that is still present in this realm, I'm gonna receive it differently than you. You know, you coming, it's just because hypothetically speaking, you're at 30, you feel a little, woo, maybe I'm just tired. Let me go to bed. Think nothing of it, go about your business, go to work, and yeah, yesterday I was tired, but I get tired. Maybe it's because the day before I was, I stayed up late. That's what you would say. Not knowing that part of you, your junk DNA, your dormant DNA, had kind of like an upgrade, but you don't feel no difference. So we do this all the time. But for me, somebody that's been on a journey probably a little bit longer, they remember and they feel a little bit deeper because, I mean, come on, 70%, they're experiencing deeper ascensions than what they used to. So they'd have been through the place already where they just felt a little tired or they felt a little dizzy. They probably at that point probably then levitated off the bed or astro traveled before, or just have a knowing when the energy is conducive of expansion because they feel a certain way, kind of like if you took a pill before, a pain pill before that made you kind of like hallucinate, and then you're like, nah, I don't want to take that no more. That stuff had me up all night tripping. It's almost like that. And so when another ascension comes, it's aching to you to just having that pain pill. And like, you're like, oh man, I remember this. What's going on? Why did I take that pill? Oh man, let me hurry up and drink some water to get this out of my system. So for the people that didn't have maybe more ascensions, it's like that for them. It's like, wait, what's going on? Do I look normal? I'm not about to levitate off the bed, huh? I feel that feeling. I didn't do nothing. All I was doing was just laying down in the bed, and oh my God, my dream was such and such. And so doing your dreams and your ascensions, you know once you at a certain percent, you know what's going on. Because then because what's happening is the simple fact that in the physical reality, you are actually becoming more connected to all that there is, becoming more connected to all of the elements, the four elements that I teach you all about. And so you have a heightened sense of awareness for all things because you are all things. Like, right? Remember how in the biblical text it says, who is this man that the winds and the waves obey him? It is a person in physical form that understands that they are water, that understands that they are air. You see, that understands that they are the earth. From dust thou shalt return. And they know how to manipulate it because they've become it. They got on the frequency of it. And so it might sound strange to some people, but Mhm. The deeper you get into spirituality, the more you get into energetic frequency, or knowing that everything is God, all is God. And this is why I would say to you all that, yeah, health and wellness is cool to know. It's only 0.01% of all that there is, though. The other 99.999 is your spiritual essence, is that energy, like, right? Because you can manipulate the energy once you know that you are energy, once you know who you are. And so after ascensions that happen, these type of people most often than not, and when they get to this place in their journey where they're ascending and they using their gifts and stuff, these people aren't like the type of, they pass the ego, so they're not the braggadocious type people at this point. They just have a knowing that they're connected to the birds, they're connected to this table, that this table is moving. They see things differently. They have a knowing that they have a that their body is different. I'll put it that way. That that their body is different. The way that they think, the way that their body functions, the things that they feel inside of their body. So everybody have different gifts, though. In their spiritual journey, and so some people gonna have maybe a heightened sense of being able to read people, kind of like the Terminator when they make an ascension. Remember how on the Terminator they would show the person, whether it was male or female, how many pounds, it's kind of like that when you go through an ascension. Kind of like that in the movie Lucy, I Am Lucy. Like, right, when you know 100% of brain capacity, you could just look at people and it just tell you a story. Now these people, just like Lucy, just like the Terminator, don't go around and be like, yeah, I know you weigh 162 pounds. They don't be braggadocious. It's just information. It's just energy that they're privy of at that moment in time, like, right? Because they are not the same. And because they have done some work and because now they're in tune to their gifts. Yesterday's ascension that happened for mankind, a lot of people that experienced it, they don't really know just yet what happened to them. Because like the next day they probably like just get up and be like, yeah, I was a little tired. But when you ravel back together strains of your DNA, this is bringing us back to the state of being where, like, gods, like, right? Anunnaki type information, bloodline, like, of the ancestors type. So what happens today is people wonder, okay, well, what was it all about? I mean, I feel the same. But it takes day after day for you to realize, for you to keep going in the journey, for you to real, because hindsight is 2020 is what I'm trying to say. You keep going and you're like, you know what? Ever since that life that God has just be had, now I'm starting to look at things different. But you have to start to just function, just go, and then you look back and be like, dang, yeah. I'm not like I used to be, but you got to keep going. Kind of like when Neo in the movie The Matrix, when he would get called to the mothership, so to speak, and they just gave him a power, like he needed to know how to remember. Him and Morpheus was learning how to fight or whatever. So you don't know. It's like that, but it's just that you don't know that you just put in a call to like the mothership, to source energy. You put in a call for your ascension because you said before you came here that on that date that you was gonna ascend, you was gonna get this here gift or this here knowing. But you just don't know what you called for just yet. And this is why this is a personal journey of you getting to know yourself. This is why meditation and quietening of your mind and stillness of your mind and paying attention to how your energy is operating, why it is so important. That way, when things like this happening, when it happens to you, you just know, like, No, something ain't right. Something different. I gotta figure it out. This is why it's so important that you be so interested in getting to know the ins and outs of you. Not nobody out there, you. Are y'all getting this? Okay? Y'all getting it? Hey, the Love Alchemist. I love that name. Greetings, family. Hey, Baki, Bob. You getting this? Okay, my senses are definitely heightened even more. See, and people just know that. These are the people that know their self, though. People that's out there, and I'm not being ugly when I say this. People that's out there that's eating pork chops and bread, pork chop sandwiches right now, they don't feel a darn thing. You see? And the reason why, and I'm not being ugly, I'm going to break that down to why I told you that. The reason why them pork chop people, them obese people don't feel nothing is because they're on fire. They're inflamed. They can't feel themselves. They don't know what health and wellness is. They don't know what wellness, did you hear that? They don't know what wellness is. First of all, how in the heck you gonna feel an ascension if you don't know what wellness is first? So we're talking about potential of hydrogen, how, 0 to 14, the pH level. We're supposed to be right there at 7.35. Wellness. If you over here on an aesthetic range, and then they have energies that's supporting you, that's activating you, you on fire. You ain't gonna feel that. This is why it's so important first to take care of the avatar self. You on fire. You stress. You got a doctor's appointment. What the hell? What is the gotta just be talking about the portal open? I hope it beam me up and get me the hell out of here. I hope it helped me lose 200 pounds. You see what I'm saying? So they don't have the attention span. They've never experienced wellness just yet. So it's really those people, they have ears and they cannot hear. They have eyes, that's what the biblical text talking about, and they cannot see. They don't have the rich soil to absorb any of this information. They will come through here and they will leave out as quick as they came because it's too over the head. It's over here on the alkaline stage. It's over here on the ascension stage of the potential of hydrogen that we should be. If you pay attention to that number one hydrogen on the periodic table of elements, that really represents God. If you was paying attention in school. Hydrogen, getting a little higher because we're energy. You see? And so people that are on the aesthetic range and in a journey, they don't care about this. They don't know about this. This is why broad is the way that leads to destruction. And many will find it, but narrow is the path that leads to eternal life. And few will go. And because it requires you to do work on you, it requires you to be accountable for you and no longer to be the victim. It requires you to go in here. And just like I was talking about the disciples in the biblical text, the disciples sat even amongst the Christ conscious one. And oftentimes in the parable, it will talk about them being weary and falling asleep while the Christ conscious one was meditating. Remember, there are so many times the Christ conscious one he was so in that parable, so focused on inner work, so focused on the kingdom of God that when he saw the people around him, sometimes operating at different frequencies, he would say things in those allegory texts like, how long will I suffer with thee? Because he was more passionate and more purposeful of figuring out what's going on in here. Okay? So the days after, you're not the same anymore energetically. You unraveled parts of your dormant DNA, and there's just a knowing. You can't finger point it. Just like when you go to the darn doctor and you like, man, something ain't right. When you tear up, this is the opposite effect. When you tear up the avatar and you're on fire, thank you, inner being, and you have inflammation through the roof in your body, then you go to the doctor. Now, the inflammation in your body is in your lymphatic system. Doctor is going to do blood work on the blood, work on the blood, the front point of your body. It ain't going to show up in your blood. But if the doctor were to do an X-ray or get information from the lymphatic system, he or she would see that the lymphatic system is stopped up. Here you are, the patient, sitting up there, and the doctor's running all these tests, all this blood work crap, and they come back to you who felt something wasn't right, and they told you, "You're fine, God, it's just me. I want you to go home and take your Tylenol, and everything's gonna be okay." In your mind, you're like, "No, something's not right. My back hurts so bad." Are you sure? Because you know darn well you cannot articulate it. But what's happening inside of you is you have a knowing that your darn lymphatic system is backed up, but the doctor don't test you for that. This is what I'm talking about here, the same type of situation as it pertains to an ascension. You just know, like Miss B. And so my senses are definitely heightened even more. This is something that I just know. Now I don't have the machine to show you the raveling or the re-rathering or the regathering of my dormant DNA strains being put back together. But because I have this feeling, this is why how you feel matters, because I have this feeling of this knowing, I'm gonna just tell you, I'm gonna just tell it like it is. I definitely feel a heightened sense to myself. There's no different. And so that's how it is. And so you just get heightened with all of your senses, all of your ascensions, heightened for more. Just like me on my journey, I shared with you how I couldn't even articulate when I first came live. I was sweating. I was talking really, really fast. I couldn't even stay balanced. I felt so drained. I didn't know how to harness the energy and let my energy work for me to keep me. But along the way, I learned those things. And now I can speak better. Now I don't come here talk about I'm tired and like, whoo, I gotta protect my energy. No, I don't. Nah, I don't. Well, what does God look like? Having to protect itself. From what, God? But that takes ascension. That takes going in and learning of yourself. And that's what the purpose of this inner being church is. Yeah. Yes, I was wondering what changes I was going to go through. Thanks for explaining. Yes, I'm getting it. Yes, good. I'm so happy you're getting it. I'm so happy. You got that, Cuban Chef? Hey, Keith. Hey, Kenneth. Hey, Lee. Hey, Dark Angel. How y'all doing today? Hey, Lisa. So that's pretty much how ascensions will always work. And so then there are people who ascensions are really, really major. Some of them are major. Some major ones I've been through myself that are scary for the average person. You know, when you're levitating and your body is doing different things, and then you come from that ascension because a different person. And so for me, coming down, and I say down only because it feels like you're going on high. You're really not leaving physically this realm. It's like your consciousness is just expanding out more. Like, you know how we have a aura field of energy that's probably about 6 feet. That's why they had y'all 6 feet distancing on COVID, but that's a whole nother video. But it's like 6 feet average, but when you become a more ascended, or you go through all these ascensions, now your aura field is larger. You expanding now people feeling 20 feet, in large, based upon your ascensions, based upon where you are mentally. So you're not really going anywhere. The only thing that's physically happening is if you're levitating, you'll feel that. Like, right? That's physically the happening. That's really real. That's the real thing that's happening. But your consciousness or awareness is expanding out more. All right? You're becoming more of the allness. Because you're becoming aware of how much you are the allness. And in being aware of your allness, this is why food don't matter, because if God is allness, this is why food don't matter, is when we get to real deep into consciousness. If God is allness, God is the pork, God is the cockroach, God is that poison, God is that highly beneficial, and the one you're supposed to be avoiding when you tap into the allness, because nothing exists but God. That might be a bit much. The matrix have a coding, but nothing exists but God. And so one, for example, ascension that I did, and like I said, you stumble upon it. This wasn't nothing I was, trying to do at that time. You stumble upon it, and I was meditating, and I went into a deeper realm, and I call it rooms because you go in deeper realms, and it's always a different experience. So for me, for one of them that I did, where I levitated, after the experience is over, for me, for that particular experience, it was almost like, I think maybe about 2 days later, after I had that experience that was really, really major, I was asking people, my immediate family, hey, I'm all right. I look, no, I'm all right. Is everything okay? I'm walking okay? Do I look like I'm, tipsy or something? Because I'm trying to be tactful and use the best words that I could help you understand this. It's because when you are tapping into the allness and expanding your consciousness to be contained, to go here, to become more of the source, and to come back into a avatar body, but with that same information or knowing that what you just experienced, it's almost like kind of like the people that you see that maybe was on a drug, and you be like, man, you buzzing, or he gone, or whatever, right? It feels like that because those people activated this ability to go on a trip, dimethyltryptamine, the thing that we naturally can secrete, the drug that's naturally inside of us. You don't need no reefer or mushroom or anything to reach your climax of your own birthright of psychedelic type things, right? You don't need that. Because like I said, on earth as is in heaven, as within, so without, anything out here that can make you do anything, I'm here to tell you, you can do it on your own, but you just never ascended and unraveled that part of you. And so that particular ascension for 2 days, I was like, am I normal? And my life never been the same since then. And also, when you are intentionally, spiritually on ascensions, you get connected to your guides during that time. Like, for example, doing ascensions of your mind, this is a state of being of your consciousness. You know that you are expanding consciously. And so whatever you reverence on the so-called other side, that's what will show up for you. Your so-called guides. Thank you. Thank you for the offering. I appreciate y'all. Your so-called guides, whatever you reverence, those energies will be there to assist you because you planned it like this, so you don't lose your mind, so to speak. Right? Because there are some people who had a drug, and maybe I shouldn't be saying that word on TikTok. I ain't gonna say that word no more. I'm gonna say a D. They had maybe a D before, and when they consumed it, it was too much for them, that they were tripping and blowed in their mind. And they got caught up. And you'll see some of these people who get caught up in their mind. They'll be underneath a bridge, for example. those people are caught up in different realms. They're caught up in this expanded version of themselves, and they don't know how to bring it back into that body and come back, all of them back, because there's so many different rooms, there's so many different portals of our mind of expansion that we can take a trip on free willingly and roam in. But when it's time to come back, some of those, such an illusion. Everything is just kind of like warped together because time doesn't exist. And then, so now these people, they're there, and then their body is here. And we pass by them every day, and they underneath the bridge, and they talking to themselves, or they beatboxing, or they dancing, or they naked, or they, they sleeping in a tent or whatever. And we will call those people crazy, but no, they just experienced more of God. They're at an elevated frequency, and they don't know how to get back. But yet at the same time, simultaneously, they're trying, because God never does things unintentionally. They're trying to escape this avatar body by being more in the spiritual realm. They're trying to run away, kind of like the people with Alzheimer's. Now, this might be a lot. In case you have somebody in your life that have this, I mean no harm to you. But those people that have Alzheimer's, don't think that you are never, that you're not creating at all times. Those type of people, they are making a choice to forget. Those are the type of people that have been through some type of trauma, and they decided subconsciously that they want to erase pretty much the memory of it all. Maybe they were having trauma, heartbreak, somebody died, some type of major thing happened to them, and they asked, and they received. They asked not to remember no more, and then they received, and they lost their memory, so to speak, and they're just occupying in the body. And for them, that is more free than them replaying the chaotic thoughts. Maybe they had guilt about how they lived their life. Maybe they're disappointed in themselves. Every expression of God has their own universe, and they're experiencing things based upon how they want, when they want to experience, whether they want to experience more or they don't even want to experience the thoughts no more. You are always through thought asking, and always through thought receiving, because the blessings of God are yea and amen. I'm hopeful that y'all get this here. Let's see. Miss P and Soul, remind me to tell you about, you got one? You got a story? Okay, we're going to talk about it on the trip. All right. Vibe. Hey, Vibe. Vibe with oneness. Y'all got that? So y'all have any questions about this here? So moving forward, we are moving into, I don't want to say moving into, we're here now in the beginning stage of the new age, of the golden age. Now, when in every beginning stage, things got to play out. Things got to play out. It's the beginning. Those that are able to see and feel and have the knowing, they know where we are. They are people in the physical reality, and I'll call them my fellow universes, that came forth only to shine their light, only to be like the prayer warriors, so to speak, right? So trust and believe that there always will be balance in this realm. There always will be the so-called good and the bad, right? So if you ever get fearful of the things that are to come in this realm, understand that it's still in balance. Because things like the news will show you only the fearful tactics, but trust and believe there's balance and there's love here. It has to be, or we won't be experiencing it, because God is a God of order and instruction. The things that come, as far as, in the book of Revelations, how people talking about, the stars and different things falling from the sky and things like that. 1 second. It's offering time. It's offering time. Could you get these likes up to 10,000 over here? We only have 6,000 likes. And I'm telling you something that none of your pastors and nobody that's not esoterically inclined can share with you, because they don't know. Could we get these likes up? It's offering time. I am God as just be. Then we're going to talk about the sun and the moon falling from the sky. It's offering time. It's offering time. I am God as just be. I help people on their wellness journey and spirituality. To donate to me and give to my offering, that is Cash App, God is just be. Cash App, God is just be. If you want to be a member of this church, yes, we call this the church, the Inner Being Church. You can go to Salt of the Earth Pub. The link is in my bio, saltoftheearthpub.org. There, once you get to my website, stay there for about 3 seconds and you'll see a pop-up with a place for you to put your name and your email address. That way you'll get the newsletters and you'll be in alignment with what we do. And anytime I send out newsletters about blood type connection, spirituality, or just like yesterday, I sent out a newsletter about this open portal, you'll know what's going on in this particular realm, the energy, frequency, vibration, and things to do. That is saltoftheearthpub.org. Cash App, God is just be. Cash App, God is just be. Thanks for all of those that gave today. I didn't do offering yesterday when I came forth because of the simple fact that it was like so much of energy that was pulsating. Oh man, is my thing died? Oh no, it didn't die. So much of energy that was going on that I didn't want to even be here long. I have wanted to just, kind of like pray myself and do myself the service of being in alignment. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Laquita. Okay. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Miss Grateful. Thank you, Shayla. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I'm caught up on that. For those that want to give, it's Cash App, God is just be, or you could go to my website. At the top of my website, there's a button there, a great button at the top. And if you don't have Cash App, you can use that button to be a donator to my lives and the things that I do. I stopped doing my products and running my business to come here teach you all about spirituality. So I do an offering time, and I do an offering time to balance my energy and learn how to receive, because I often give because it's my passion and my purpose. And so I know I give a lot. I know I do. And so to balance things out, I too, being a student on a journey, need to sit back and allow myself to receive. So it's offering time. It's offering time in the Inner Being Church. And if you have no thing to give in the physical reality, share the live, tap the screen, make a comment. I'll take emojis. If it means that I could help other people in the physical reality, I'll take that as well. It's about being able to receive. Okay? Yes, got it. No questions. Just know to pay more attention to my change patterns. Yeah. And welcome the change. Welcome the change inside of you. Yeah. Yeah. You're just unraveling. You're unraveling yourself. So let's get back at it. Wait. Hold up. Wait. It's 6.8. Come on, y'all. Y'all tap the screen. Could you tap the screen over there? I thought it was just 6 point something. Tap the screen. If you're new to TikTok, this is how you tap the screen. 2 fingers on it at one time. It'll go up high really, really fast. And I know it to be true because I be in people live and I just be sitting up there doing that. And I get them people to thousands really, really easy. So that lets me know a lot of y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all just looking at me. They're just looking at me. I know I'm perfect. I know I'm worthy. I know I'm amazing. But come on now, tap that screen and show me. Show me that 0.01% of the physical. Even though I know about that, about who I am with the 99.99% that I stem from. And once we get these likes up, to 10, we'll talk about that sun in that sky, something that you should be aware of and what that means for you. And then I'm gonna get up out of here, because I got orders. I was on a little TikTok shopping and gave me some orders. Got me some orders that I got to go up in there and feel. We almost there. We had 8. We had 8 over here. We had 8. 8.1. You're amazing, goddess. Oh, thank you. I guess was just me. It was just you. Oh, it was just you hitting the screen. Now you got some help. I see some hearts going on there now. Uh-oh, and then I got offerings too. Okay. Y'all waking up in there. Y'all waking up like the dew in the morning. Gently rest upon my heart. Thank you. Thank you, Miss B. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm here and I'm waiting for this thing to catch up. We at 9? Okay, we at 9.2. We about to get finished once we get to the 1,000. I'm sorry, 10,000. We almost there. We almost there, and then I'll resume the live. Then I'll resume. You gotta be in a position where y'all are making a harmonious union. This is the number 8. The number 8. Me giving to you, you give to me. We're gonna keep that abundance going. We're gonna stay in alignment. We're gonna stay balanced. God is a God of order. Balance. We're there yet? Okay, good. Okay, so let's go. So in the book of Revelations, they talk about the sun rather, falling from the sky. And this is esoteric knowledge that I want you all to know of, and I'm only sharing this because they are nice few of you. When the masses come, they don't really all be hearing. So you know how in the biblical text in the book of Revelations they talk about the sun falling from the sky, like in all of the things that are to come. That has everything to do with our collective ascension. It has everything to do with us, because if you think about how we were just talking about ascending, we were talking about different expressions of ascension, different percentages of a brain capacity. Well, when you stem out far enough to the knowing that all is God and you're manipulating energy, now you remember. You back at source, you back at 0 point energy. And so has everything to do with the golden age. Your superpowers, while still having this experience. And so in this particular age that we have come into or increased our frequency or our consciousness to the idea of because it always existed, we just collectively quantum jumped into the idea and had our awareness wrapped around it. Well, that sun that we see in our physical eyes, you know how people will tell you sun gaze to open up your first eye, right? You heard that before? Your pineal gland is calcified. Anybody know what anybody need? I love my bracelet. Oh, I'm so happy you do. Good for you, baby. Anybody understand that? Okay, Big T understands. So you go outside to decalcify it. You eat certain foods, like the beneficial foods that I share with you on my website, the herbs and all that I share. All of that is geared toward decalcifying your pineal gland. Where there's a sun, the Lord thy God is a sun in shield. If you look in the Bible, it's not saying S-O-N, it's saying S-U-N, and that's not a typo. It's a sun in shield. As within, so without. So inside of you, you dumb yourself down to brain capacity by calcifying your pineal gland. On purpose, you did this because you wanted to have a human experience. So low frequency people are really purposeful, right? We got to wake them people up. Them people gonna wake up. It's inevitable. Evolution is gonna happen to them. But during our journey, like once upon a time, I dumped myself down with trauma, with foods, with chaos, with negative thoughts, or thinking in a box. You do that really. There's nothing that just happens. Everything is perfectly orchestrated. You do that really to participate in this human experience. This is the game of life, y'all. And so along the journey, you get tired of being dumbed down. Your soul wants expansion, and then you just go in the momentum and you move to the rhythm of that beat, and then bam, one day you ascend, and now you don't have the calcified pineal gland. You're using more of your brain capacity, right? You didn't cleared yourself of that. Well, just like you as a person, that happens to your brain. Well, going outside and experiencing the sun was actually helping you decalcify your brain too. I mean, your pineal gland too, just like foods and exercise and certain oils and highly beneficial things that was helping you too. Like, right, the sun was helping you. So the reason why the sun was helping you, or how it was helping you, is because on the other side of the sun is your all-knowing essence. Because like there's two suns, like, right, the one you see in the sky is one that works as a buffer, a shield to your consciousness. If it, or when it, as it rather, becomes no more, or it becomes having holes kind of like in it, it allows gamma rays and frequencies to penetrate into you, to waken you and quicken you, kind of like what happened yesterday with the portal being open. You get quickened by energies that have an opening to this realm that activates your dormant DNA, or your pineal gland gets more activated and you become more alive, more conscious. So when we say the Lord thy God is a shield, it's like the Lord thy God is the sun and the shield. Because if you think about the biblical text, the word Holy Bible is Helios Biblios, the book of the sun. Even in the book of Revelations, in the end, they're telling you, Amen. Some people only see Amen, but it's Amun Ra, Ra being the sun. So the sun, the energy of the sun that pulsates through the sun when you're at low frequency, is that same energy that is powerful enough to decalcify your pineal gland. In the book of Revelations, when they're talking about the sun floating from its sky, or from the sky rather, the purpose is because you ain't gonna need it no more. You ain't gonna need no buffer no more. Once you become to the all-knowing infinite intelligence, you ain't gonna need no buffer, because you're gonna be one with the energy that's on the other side of this said sun. The energy, or we will call it your all-knowing, your infinite intelligence, your Akashic records, the divine. So you're going to be illuminated so much till you ain't going to need no sun. Y'all there? I try not to give y'all too much at one time. And at the same time, I try not to cast pearls among swine too. But let me know if you're there. You understand what I'm saying here? Yeah, the knowledge that you gave is sufficient. It helps me to pay attention. Yeah, okay. Driving to class, still listening. Okay, good. I'm trying. Yeah, and it depends. Erica says yes. Good for you, Empress. Good. Ashe says Empress. And it depends upon where you are. There's some people on this live that don't have to try. They just know and they resonate with what I'm saying. So I don't want you to try to make my belief your belief. I want you to just keep on doing what you're doing to take care of your body. Keep on keep on knowing that you can never get life wrong. Keep on taking care of your avatar self. That's really the key to the beginning stage of just spiritual journey. Because your gut is a brain, and it is a solar energy called your solar plex. And your soul, oh, look at somebody. It's flying in the sky on a little parachute thing back there. And your solar energy, your solar plex, it connects to that sun. Like, right? This is, and as you're clearing up your temple and kind of like taking care of your body, your sun, the sun, not only the sun sun that you see in this realm, it not only activates your pineal gland, but it also activates this brain here, right? Helping you with digestion, So eating right isn't all there is, but it's the foundation of how a lot of people become conscious, because a light switch ends up going off inside of them once they get on that path of really taking care of their temple. It becomes a house of prayer. It's able to be connected to the sun. And that sun in turn helps you with your power and your will within. That as you and sun in turn helps to activate your pineal gland. And so this is why it is my passion to teach that part to people, because it is my knowing that this is a brain. This brain communicates to your other three brains inside of your head. And if once you have all four of your brains in alignment, you take care of yourself enough to become the Christ conscious one, where there's no stagnated energy. All is operating with flow. And you begin to be connected to all things. The sensors in your brains connect you with all of these things. You getting this? The sensors inside of your brain. All right? Hey, Crystal. So whether or not you fully understand or not, it's really not even necessary. Just keep on waking up, keep on taking care of your body, because it's inevitable. Like you're gonna ascend. You can't. I mean, you can take your time ascending, but you ain't gonna miss it. You didn't set it up for you to miss anything. You ain't gonna miss anything. You could say you don't want to, just like me. Once upon a time, not just once upon a time, many lifetimes, many lifetimes, I stopped this. This is how I know so much, because I stopped this. I took a break, is what I'm saying. Even in this lifetime, when I was a little girl, this lifetime, I fought with it and told my mother in this lifetime, look, I don't want to talk to the people. No. And I ran from this. But I decided in this lifetime to surrender to this knowing of this, because I was given or have received so many different visitors in my realm, visitors that don't look like us, esoteric type visitors that I say esoterically because they feel it's with a knowing that they're family, that they live through me. They don't look like the humans in this realm, but it is with all my knowing that they are family to me within my universe, like, right? And so after constantly getting messages from energies that look like what I've experienced, I decided to surrender to my calling. And so because I ignored my calling for so much, that's why I have a heightened sensitivity and understanding about a lot of things in this realm, because I ignored it. And my memory, my deja vu moments are very plentiful. Kind of like that Tina Marie song, I've been here before, like kind of. It is with my knowing that I have. And how my conscious mind works is I've seen my debts already. I remember them. I remember, and it helps me. I set this up to help me along my journey. So when I go through ascensions, I always remember a good bit of it. And my life always changes drastically after each one of them. And I believe I set that up for myself because of the simple fact I wanted to remind myself to keep going. And because that's been the driving force of why I'm so passionate behind everything that I do. Because I'm not telling you all anything that it's something that is no hocus pocus, no Cleo kind of crap, no who only believe crap. These are the things that I know. This is an inner being and a connection that I trust with my life. So you remember one of yours? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And so as you ascend, just like in the tarot cards, they have ascension moments, like, right? As you ascend, you begin to remember more and more. You have plenty. There's no such thing as one ascension. No, because in one ascension, you're not about to get 100% of your brain capacity. Like what you think this is. No, it's almost like you got to give you little doses, little doses, little doses, little doses. So you're going to have many ascensions. I want you to know that. Many ascensions. And because we're giving our information back to source, and source is just getting greater and greater and greater. So we're going to forever be ascending. So don't think, oh, I made the ascension, that's it. There's always going to be something for you to do as a student, always. Even if it's just simply being or embodying a particular energy, it's always going to be something for you to do. And you're always going to be a student. You're always going to be ascending. Because God, source, is always going to be expanding. All right. Anything else? Thank you for the gifts. A real black swan. Hey, you done passed through my life. I appreciate you. All right. Yes, I'm with you. So y'all with it. So that's it. That's it. That's the video. I'm thankful that you all came through today. I'm thankful that you got the message on yesterday about the portal that was opening on yesterday. Look at the beautiful birds. And today, it was a day when I was driving today after the portal from yesterday, which is still pretty much pulsating in this particular realm. As I was driving, the sun was beaming on me in the car, and I rolled down the window and I just like let the sun just kiss my face. It felt so good. Oh my God, that sun felt so good, so amazing. Right now I live in Arizona, and it's kind of cool out here right now. On the computer it said it's 65 degrees out here, but it was like in the 70s earlier. This was around noonish time. And I moved out here because one of the reasons why I moved out here is because of how electrifying the sun is out here, and because of what I know spiritually about the sun too. That's one of the other reasons why I love being out here. But it's so healing, y'all. If you don't trust anything, trust that the sun is a healer. And ironically enough, the sun is not so soothing to those people who don't have a clear diet. If you pay attention to heavy set people, they oh, I got to get out the sun. If you pay attention to calcified people, even elderlies too, elderly people who, probably depleted a lot of their magnesium, right? Probably have them brittle bones and stuff. They need that umbrella and all that. We're supposed to be running away from the sun. That lets us know that to a certain level we're toxic, and that's why they can't handle the sun. Because we are children of the sun. We were never ever meant to be having to run from it, no matter where we are in the world. And so the sun, and how they speak of these times, how the sun would become more intense. And the purpose for it becoming more intense is to make you more intense. God ain't trying to kill you with the sun, but more than anything, help you to shine your light, help you to decalcify your pineal gland. So in all of the foolishness out there about, what do they call this here? I forget how they say it. It's something stupid about the end of the world. Ice, global warming, that crazy stuff there. And all of you listening to the foolishness, just understand this one thing. The Lord thy God is a sun and shield, and that sun means you no harm. It is not to destroy you. You have to find out that you're your savior and save you and take care of your avatar self. That way that sun cannot vex you or do you no harm. The sun is supposed to be doing you all the good, because it's supposed to be helping you electrify your already electric body. There's going to come a moment in this realm when this time, in this age of Aquarius, where we're not going to be needing foods and different things in our mouth to digest. We are children of the sun. We got to return to the knowing of this state of being that we once were. And all of this eating 3 times, these eating meals and different things, eating that's going to be a thing of the past soon to come. And I want to prepare you for that right now, so that you could understand that, okay, if you are one of those overindulgent eaters, okay, get in alignment with things that serve you. To put out some of that information so you could absorb this sun, and the sun don't look at you as if it's a threat, because if you become so toxic that when the sun beams upon you, that's why people can't handle it, because their body's toxic. So get to a place where you begin to eat cleaner and And then that's going to help you even the more because it's going to activate your body even the more, opening up your pineal gland and your ability to obtain more frequencies or more raveling of your dormant DNA. And then when you get to that state of being, then you're going to begin to eat less and be lighter. All of this I'm telling you is teaching you how to be a light being. A light being. That's what you are. You're light. And so foods and different frequencies of thought and things like that make you chaotic, make you heavy, make you dark. Come on over to the light. Come on over to the light. I'm planning on moving there also. I need to be where the sun is all year round. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. There was a guy, you just remind me of a guy, they called him, he was a tropic of nature boy, nature boy, nature boy. That's what they called him, nature boy. He was really, really on it years ago, although he deceived people energetically because he allowed his exoteric part of him, his human nature to come out of him. But he was really on it in the beginning. He was talking about getting closer to the equator, right? The Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Being around that particular area in the universe, those particular people, they're constantly getting fed by the sun. The sun is really, really important, y'all. The Holy Bible, if you believe in God, if you are religion, the Holy Bible means, look it up. Don't take my word from it for it. Helios Biblios, the book of the sun, because we are children of the sun. And so the sun is going to always be important. And I learned that coming out here that in New Orleans, Louisiana, it rains a lot. You know, the flood and the hurricane and the gloomy, skies and stuff, it rains a lot. And now being out here in the desert where it's clear skies pretty much 98% of the year. And then when they do get a little sprinkle, it'd be so cute. It'd be so cute based upon where I come from. But the energy I have out here and the people have out here, they jump up early in the morning because that sun is giving them that momentum. If you pay attention, like places like Europe or where it's gloomy, like Portland and stuff, the people be depressed because the Lord that God is the sun. The people be depressed and I don't know, the energy it be off-putting. I did a video and I was telling the people to go outside and in the sun and I know it's cold, put some socks on, but connect with nature. And somebody commented in a video and said, I don't know how you people want us to go out in the sun when it's snowing up north. And I didn't reply to this particular person. You could go and look at the TikTok. I didn't reply to them. But my thought was, what are you doing in the north, in the snow? Why are you there? Because in my mind, from what I know about the sun, I'm like, well, you need to move, don't you think? You need to get your ass up out of there, huh? Because you need the sun. You need the sun expeditiously. But I just said, oh, bless her heart, and I just kept it like it is. But you need that sun. The Lord thy God is the sun. So you need to fix your body to where you get some time with that sun. That is your friend. That is your Amun Ra. And you saying amen after your prayer. Well, what? That's the real Amun Ra that you're reverencing, that religion taught you to reverence. It's talking about the sun. Okay? Don't sleep on it. I teach you all about energy, frequency, and vibration. Don't sleep on it. Okay? They keep the sun blocked out here. Yeah. But here's the thing. Like somebody was saying, hey, Tandy. Somebody was saying, well, what happened yesterday? What about yesterday? What about the fact that the sun has already went down? If you feel it's always blocked, you just by you knowing in your mind, because I believe it's something that you told yourself over and over, that it exists, just by you believing in the totality of the sun, even like when it's down, so to speak, you could always call it forth if you connect it to all things. Just like the person that's up north, the real thing that they could do, even in up north, is become one with the sun. Feel it even the more. Close their eyes in what does it feel like to be underneath the rays of the sun? What does it feel like for my pineal gland to be decalcified because the sun is penetrating on it right now? Because remember, we're all energy, frequency, and vibration. They can do that. They can do that through mindfulness. But I wanted to make sure I did it through physical and through mind. That's why I came out here in the desert. But that can be done. But it takes a person knowing what the purpose of them doing that first to be able to even want to do that or even to consider doing it. You got to know your relationship with the sun. You got to know your relationship with this realm. The sun represents fire element. That's one of the 4 elements that I teach you all in the tarot. The sun. That's the one that the blood type O resonates with more than any blood type. The sun. So for that person that was up north, if that be a woman who's a blood type O, if I were her up north and I learned this about me, I'll be getting closer to that dirty equator. Sure, I was down south and I ain't even know, but I came to a place, an environment where I knew I would get plenty of that thing called sun. All right. Yeah. I can see the sun behind the clouds, so I still get it. There you go. There you go. I'm going to move to where the sun shines all the time. I love being in the sun, man, because we are like those tropical beings. And if we go into bloodlines, back into the bloodlines, because it always has weight, we are tropical beings. And most often than not, our ancestors were in those environments. But we were spread out across the land. And this is how we don't know about spirituality, don't know about our bloodline, don't know about the power in that sun. Don't know that it is actually activating our dormant DNA. We don't know that. I eat once a day and maybe a snack. That's beautiful. Me too. Me too. And this is how snow here in Shreveport. Wow. And this is how or what we're evolving too. Eating less, drinking more water, hydration. And we go back at that number 1, hydrogen, a potential of hydrogen, the source, God. We're making ourselves lighter beings. I'm hopeful that you all have been paying attention to what I've been sharing with you, because I would see everything that I ever taught you on my page. Every time I ever come over here is about teaching you how to become a lighter being, because you are the light in this world that you might seem to call darkness. Turn on your light. Turn on your light so everybody can see you, because you're part of this 144,000, this chosen generation. And there are many that are chosen, but there's some that just wake up a little bit earlier than others, right? There's some that are already vibrating energetically at 144,000. That's an energetic thing. That ain't just because you a Black person and know how to pump a fist. That has to do with the correlation of your chakra pools of energy being in alignment and equaling up to 144,000. That sun felt so divine. I haven't felt it in weeks. Yeah. This is how we don't know. Yeah. But because of the oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, when you went to the doctor. Okay. Yeah. Well, even with that in mind, your ailments, Erica, it is very important that you go and sit in the sun. You say you don't get it that often, and you don't necessarily have to be moving around often. If you have a room with a window, I don't know how your condition is, but let's say that it's a person who had a condition, a person maybe who in a wheelchair, they could be put by the window of the bedroom in their wheelchair, open up that window when that sun is gazing by the window, and put the palm of their hand out. In that part of their hand, this bright part of the hand will charge them up. The sun will charge you up for showing this part of the hand, but it has to be direct sunlight. So wait till that direct sunlight come by that window and flop that window You want to be, open it because you don't want the glass to stop it. Because for sun, I'm going to share this and then I'm going to get aboard for here. It's 4:25. Okay. Yeah, I've been on here about an hour and a half. So I'm going to share this and then I'm going to go. Look this up. This is another thing I want you to know. Study and show yourself approved. Don't just be believing everything that I say. Sun energy is equated by lux energy. Lux energy. And so when you're in direct sun, you are getting hundreds of thousands of pulsating lux energy, right? The soles of your feet pick it up. This is why it's important to be barefoot because you can see that white or brighter part of the bottom of your feet, or maybe the ground, the soil to be hot or warmer, like, right? The palm of your hands and the soles of your feet, if you could just stick them out into that sun, you get hundreds of thousands of lux frequency. But then when you go underneath the shed, it's less. All right, maybe you get a couple of thousand. Then when you go, let's say you're in a car and you got the windows down, like behind that glass, or in your bedroom and you behind that window, you get a little bit less. But if you're in an all brick house all day, you're pretty much not getting any of the lux energy that's supposed to be magnifying, awakening, and healing your body. You're not getting your sun. You're not getting the fire element, one of the four of the fire elements pulsating at your physical body. So it doesn't matter what state of being you are. You could have a caregiver some kind of way get you by a window in bedroom. At least. Even if you can't stick your hand out in of the window, at least let the glass be a separator versus a brick, stucco, or whatever kind of house, siding house that you're in. You got to get to that sun. You got to get to that sun. That sun has portals. That sun has flares right now that's going off in this realm. The sun is a whole nother portal on the other side of it. The sun gonna have the little bitty specks of energy that can pulsate through it, and then when it's no longer there and you're exposed to the other sun that's behind that sun, oh, you're gonna be in for a treat then, because you're gonna be exposed to all that there is. Because the one you see is really only a buffer to give you just a little bit of its sustenance, but the one that's behind it is the one where we'll roam in as we partake in this golden age. And this is what I came for. All right. I have to have a son. Okay, I feel completely different in the winter. Yeah, definitely you do. Yeah, the children of the sun, we all do. I don't want to say everybody, but the children of the sun, we all do. Crystal says, I'm in the South, East Georgia, and I hate the little winter we have. Yeah. Yeah. So when that sun do come out, it shows its face in the winter. When it do come out at the peak of your day, normally the peak is like the 12 to 1 o'clock. Grab what you can because you need it. Yeah. Yeah. So any other questions? I think I answered up everything up in here. Oops, I'm sorry about that. I think I answered everything. Okay. All right. She was talking about how I feel good. Thank you all for the offerings. We're going to pray and I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to do something different today. We're going to talk to Amun Ra. Amun Ra, the sun, the shield, the buffer. That's part of our universal realm. We are thankful for the fire within us and the fire within you, and the two becoming one, and the two quickening our soul, allowing for expansion, allowing for ascension, allowing for us to embody the totality of God, who we came for in this realm to be. We are thankful for the sun. We're thankful for this new age. We're thankful for the golden age. We're thankful for being tested and tried. We're thankful for being put to the fire to become one of the light beings that occupy this space, this realm, this golden age. We're thankful for the seasons and the time. The time is now. The season is now. We're thankful. We're grateful. We're blessed. We are children of the sun. We are children of the sun. And I want you to type in the comments, I love the sun. How about that? I love the sun, because that sun is representing you. I love the sun. I love the sun. This is part of you being connected to all that there is. That sun is part of you, an expression of you. Type in the comment, I love the sun. That sun has been helping you. You probably never reverenced it. You probably in religion, they probably told you, oh no, that's a deity. Don't you dare reverence Ra. Let me tell you, for eons and eons, that sun has been helping you with sin. I love the sun. There ain't nothing wrong with you loving the sun. I love the sun. You type that in the comments. I love the sun. And get to know yourself. This world is you. Everything that's inside of you is out there. Stop being afraid of yourself. Love on yourself, including that sun, because it's helping you ascend. It's helping you along your journey. I wouldn't lie to you or steer you wrong. This video was from my heart to yours. I love the sun too, y'all. Y'all be blessed. Goodbye. I love